How you guys like my pantaloons? Check out these Thai pants, bro. What is this? This is a whole nother side of me. I'm gonna join you guys. So, um, first of all, this is the first time I've done a live stream like this. I don't know if it's gonna work, if it's not gonna work, what's happening. I never did it from like inside my room. Can you guys even hear me? I don't even know what's going on. But please let me know if you can hear me and if you can see me. Usually I do these live streams when I'm outside, but I figured this is an important topic. I need to sit down properly and just like give you guys all the information instead of walking around. Alfred says, hello. Hi, Alfred. Rodrigo from Portugal. Hey, I've been in Portugal. Rodrigo, I went to Lisbon, Punta Logado, Terceira, all kinds of places, the Azores, beautiful place. So, Rodrigo, Alfred, can you guys tell me if you can hear me? Please give me like a one of these thumbs things. Let me know you can hear my sounds so I'm not wasting my breath. Um, Today is a crazy day, just like every other day in Thailand. The government's coming out saying all kinds of things. To some people, it doesn't make a difference, but if you're following the news on a daily basis, you can see where the frustrations are coming from. Oh, Coimbra, beautiful place, right? Right on the Silver Coast, famous for surfing. Oh, I've never been there, but I've heard great things about Coimbra. Many expats, I believe, live there too. Um, so, yeah, guys, I hope you can hear me and see me clearly. So, awesome. That's perfect. We got a thumbs up from someone with a Leo thumbnail. Is that what it's called? Thumbnail? Logo? Profile picture? Anyways, guys, so ask any question that you have about the Thailand pass. I hope you can see me clearly and hear me. Today, after watching the CCSA meeting, um, the Center for COVID Control Administration, it was really surprising to have them say that up until January 15th, so up until yesterday, and even in the same conference, they said there's no cutoff date, but they're going to reconsider. And after January 15th, I don't know. Either way, if I wasn't here already and if I had just 2 or 3 weeks of vacation, I would never consider Thailand at this point. Um, you're welcome, Samuel, for the information. Yeah, of course. Tulamili. Sorry if I'm saying your names wrong, guys. I can barely see. I'm so tired today. But I really want to do something about this whole new situation. Steve, hey, bud, do you need any apps on your phone prior to arriving at Sandbox this week? So, great question, Steve. Thank you for asking our first question. The question is, do you need any apps on your phone prior to arriving for your Sandbox or any other way of getting here? Actually, you don't. You don't need any apps before getting here. But if you want, you could download the Morchana app. That's the app that you should be downloading after your arrival. And that's the app that's going to go ahead and tell you what kind of zone you're in. So the Morchana app is meant to, it's really horrible. Let me tell you guys, it's absolutely terrible application. It's useless essentially because you can't even upload the information you're supposed to. So you're supposed to download the app and send the results of your test to your hotel. The hotel is supposed to theoretically upload that to the Morchana app through the back end somehow. And then on your Morchana app, it's going to give you green, orange, or red saying that, hey, you're in a COVID dangerous zone or something like that. Yeah, don't worry about any apps. You don't need anything. After coming here, they're going to give you a piece of paper that tells you to download the Morchana app. And you simply scan your QR code from your Thai Pass and uploads all your information to that Morchana app so they can locate you. Or you can manually enter the information into the Morchana app. Ahmed Jamal, are you able to move around as non-vaccinated person after yeah, so after your alternative quarantine, once your tests have come back negative, then you can roam around freely, yes. Where are we at with the questions? This feels so weird. I don't know. Usually I'm outside. I'm a lot more energetic. I just feel like kind of weird being inside. This is my first live stream. So guys, give me feedback. I don't care, whatever, positive, negative, anything at all. I'd love to get some information so I can always improve these videos. Next question, Ricardo. Hello, I'm Brazilian. Oh, okay. Hello. Obrigado. Is that how you say hello? And no, obrigados. Thank you. Damn, I might suck. And I live in Japan. I have a trip to Phuket on August 9th. Welcome, Ricardo. I hope that you come here safe and sound. August. That's a long time, bro. Who knows if we're going to be alive by then. Steve, superb. Thanks for the info. Thank you, Steve. I'm glad you liked it. So that means you can hear me. Stuart says it was sky blue today and hot. And where was this, Stuart? Let us know. Miss Istanbul, not really. Ha! I love that. So OAA. Yes, I miss Istanbul very much. I was there for 9 months. It's a great place. Unfortunately, they're going through turmoil right now with all the economy and political and social unrest. But for me, as a Canadian earning USD or whatever and living there, it was really beneficial because you don't really have to worry about money or budgeting because, yeah, their economy is really bad. So as a foreigner earning, you live pretty good life. I lived there for 9 months. I met so many lovely people, but it's also like kind of sad to see the locals struggling to make ends meet. But right now, luckily, the government has increased the minimum wage by 50% in Turkey. So that's good, right? It's not a permanent solution, but for now, I think it's good to see that people are actually making a little bit more money. So right now there is still no cutoff date. Yes. So let me go ahead and explain that a little bit more still. Technically, there's no cutoff date. But the spokesperson, if you listen to him, he says, yeah, and we're gonna it's like there's no cutoff date, but after the 15th, we're gonna reconsider and readjust and reevaluate because of Omicron. So there might be a cutoff date. Don't say there's no cutoff date, then people are gonna plan, right? You're gonna go ahead and do whatever you have to do to make sure you come here, and within 5 days they might announce that, hey, you know what, it's getting too bad. Because guys, Omicron is very heavily noticeable here. Like even just coming to my apartment, I saw a van just dropping people off, and this person was in like full-on hazmat suit. They're closing down all kinds of places. Like if you're like different zoning, for example, Pattaya, you know, there's no bars and restaurants. Chiang Mai, they closed down 23 restaurants. Schools have been shut down in some areas. They just shut down my pool, my gym, and the library. I was so excited about finally trying to lose some weight, but that's not going to happen. So yeah, things are getting shut down here, and restaurants are able to stay open and serve alcohol only if they're shot plus, and only until 9 p.m., and only this and that, and only the other. So there's a lot of restrictions. Although a lot of places don't care, however, legally, technically speaking, they're trying to slow down some of the spread. Mm-hmm. Let's see what else. This is so strange. I still feel weird being out here, just talking in front of a camera, right? I'm usually just doing something. Um, Rodrigo, fala Ricardo biz in. Yeah, that's Portuguese. I don't speak it, bro. Um, Gary says, happy to have found this channel. You already helped me with my upcoming trip. I'm glad to hear that, Gary. I'm glad to help. That's why I'm doing this. Honestly, guys, I know it's stressful, and I've always wanted to help people. So if I can just give some information for now, why not? Um, what else are we doing here? Good morning, Steve. Good morning, buddy. This is 11:30 p.m. As you can see, I look like shite. I was tired. I slept only 3 hours last night, and I woke up anyways. And I'm trying to do something here because information needs to be, spread for sure. Do we think today's press announcement was more of a wrong translation? No, I really don't, because he really ensured that we understood. He said it twice, and I think he tried to like underplay it even a bit, but he had to say it, and he did say it. And watching him speak before, he didn't misspeak. They know something, because even some of the media outlets initially said the 15th anyway, but they quickly came out and said, "Hey, no, 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 there's no cutoff date." I think they want to have the 15th as some sort of reevaluation date. And I think they knew they would panic a lot of tourists and cancellations. It's going to affect the tourism increasingly in a bad way. So they're just kind of holding off. They're playing it safe. But I think that's a wrong mentality. Thailand has always thought short term. They need to start thinking long term. This is not something you want to be playing around with. For them, it's like, okay, let's see what happens. Let's get as many tourists in here as we can. But no, listen, long term, you're going to lose a lot of people like this. Like, you can't be thinking that way. That's just my personal opinion, obviously, but I think there's no lack of or loss in translation. Definitely not. Hi, what happens if someone don't do the second PCR test? What will be a problem? Well, theoretically, there's no problem, but legally, you're supposed to be doing it. If you don't do the second PCR test and try to avoid um, getting that second PCR test, you could face up to 2 years in prison and 40,000 baht fine. The money's not an issue, and you 99.9% chance you're not going to go to prison. But I love my life. I would never risk a Thai prison. Hell, somebody just donated 10 Singaporean dollars, I believe, SGD. I don't know what that is, but thank you so much. That means a lot to me. That makes me so excited. I wish there was like a bell I can ring, ding, 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 ding. But thanks. Those super stickers and super chats. I've always seen people get them on YouTube, but it's so exciting to see those pop on my chat box. But yeah, so I would not thank you, SGD. So who sent me that? I don't even know. Let me see. I don't want to just kind of go over this quick time. Sorry, guys. This is exciting for me as much as it is for you guys. Pull up. Opus. Am I saying that right? Pull up. I'm sorry. I'm very uneducated. Sometimes I don't know names. So thank you so much for that donation of 10 Singaporean dollars. Yeah, so don't try to avoid that second PCR test. It's just not worth it. I don't want to go to Thai prison. I've seen those movies. And you don't have to see movies to kind of figure out, no, it's not worth it. Get that second PCR test, do your part. And I recommend, though, get an ATK test. Like, I have a kit somewhere here. I have all these, like, I check that just in case. Like, just do one before you go get the actual test PCR done. If in case it's positive, maybe you can like self isolate or something before getting the real test done. Yeah, so let's see what else. Sorry guys, I'm trying to get. There's a lot of messages today, which is surprising. I'm excited about it, but I gotta just read it. Hold on 1 second. So Daniel says, "Hi May, I'm going to there in 20 seconds. Not a place in about the beautiful scenery food, so I would rather be there than miserable UK. Your thoughts?" Yeah, no, there's nothing wrong with coming to Thailand. I just want people to know what the risks. Like 3% out of 100 people on a plane, three of you guys are gonna get COVID. That's a lot, if you ask me. Those chances, even though you're taking like, and those are only gonna go higher. I think the percentage of people catching Omicron is gonna go higher. So is the risk really worth the reward? Yeah, the beautiful beaches, the food, the restaurants. Don't get me wrong, I love my life in Thailand. But if I knew the information I know now and I were just telling a friend to come here, I don't think I would advise them to come here. It's just like it seems a little irresponsible just because there's so much downfall compared to like. So first you have to jump through so many hoops to get your Thai pass, and then even if you're not negative or sorry, if you don't test positive, the person next to you has got the Omicron or some other variant of the COVID, you have to go isolate. You're still considered infected basically, so you don't have to be necessarily getting it. Even the person next to you, I've heard people, depending on how far they are, everybody's packed in there. Yeah, so you're never out of in the safe zone. Great work. Ahmed says, thank you so much. Sahin, hello, beautiful person. Ah, thank you. I feeling really nice today. I was dancing earlier. I was like an inside joke, but it's nice to see you, fellow you. I'm still waiting on my passport. Yeah, so Sahin, man, get your passport, live your life, travel the world. Look what happened. 3 years people haven't got out of the house sometimes. So you gotta do it, but maybe Thailand, do it properly, wear a mask or something, but just be aware of the risks sometimes. I don't want to scare people, but there are some risks. Um, let's see. What else do we got here? To arrive when I can't decide where to go, but if there's no Bangkok, I don't know if I go to alternative quarantine on the roof of Pattaya. Yeah, you could. I mean, I don't know if you're gonna be alternate quarantine on the roof, but you can go to Pattaya and do AQ there. Oh, that's another big news, guys. I don't know if I covered it because I was so eager to get that news out, but they've changed the required dates for alternative quarantine. So if you're coming under AQ and you're vaccinated fully, you no longer have to do 10 days of quarantine. It's only 7 days. So before it was 10, but now it's only 7. And that's for the alternative quarantine, not the Sandbox, but alternative quarantine. So if you're coming here, you're not vaccinated, instead of doing, sorry, let me say that again. If you're coming under alternative quarantine, instead of 10 days, it's 7 days. And if you're not vaccinated, instead of 14 days, it's only 10 days. So they reduce the amount of time you have to be in quarantine under the alternative quarantine. There's a lot of quarantine words in there. Love your videos. Keep up the good work. Thank you, Neil. I hope over the first time February. Sorry, I just can't try to read this. This arrow's in the way. I hope you come over for the first time in February. I think you mean you hope to come over. Yeah, come on over for the first time. Thailand's beautiful. Hopefully by February things calm down a bit as far as COVID goes. Shocked with the images of you showed today's video about the. Yeah, that's crazy, right? Imagine going to get your PCR test and you're looking around and you're seeing like in a construction zone, people are just packed and they still have people being carried on like strollers, not strollers. What do you call that? Somebody help me. The bed, the rolly thing. I'm not a nurse. I'm no doctor. But and they covering his face with the like. What is that? It's like animals. It's like I wouldn't even do it to an animal, let alone a human being. Actually, I love animals more than humans. But regardless, you saw those images. That's terrifying. And imagine if you're actually sick and you can't breathe, and someone's doing that to you. That's horrible. I don't wish that upon nobody. Um, Sorry, guys, I'm still scrolling up. I want to answer everybody's questions and not just like, you know. Let's see. Azan, travel and tours. Hi, I'm from Bangladesh. Can I come to Thailand or not? I don't know, bro. I can't. Depends what you mean. Anybody could come to Thailand. So it just depends on if you're under the 63 countries of visa exempt. You need a visa. You need your Thai pass. You need to either go under Sandbox program to designated areas or anywhere under not anywhere into Bangkok or Pattaya under the alternative quarantine and quarantine for 7 or 10 days. So yes, you can come here. It just depends on how many hoops you're willing to jump through. Um, Pull up says, pull up, pull up from Singapore says, Singapore dollar equals 250 baht. Really? One Singapore dollar equals, I'm curious, is that for real? SDG equals to Thai baht. Nah. Sudanese. Singapore, not Sudanese. So, oh, yes, you're right. So, thank you so much. You're right. So, Pull Up just donated 250 baht to the channel. Thank you so much. So, what can I buy with 250 baht? Let me tell you guys. So, for 250 baht, if you saw yesterday's video, that was approximately the same amount of money. So, I did a $10 challenge in Bangkok. You guys can check it out. You can buy a lot. You can feed yourself throughout the whole day for 250 easily. And you can even buy some snacks or whatever, or you can travel a bit. 250 baht is a lot. Let's see. Coffee for all your work. Thank you, Pull Up. I will definitely buy coffee tomorrow, and I'm going to be thinking about that Singaporean dollar, $10 that you sent. And yeah, coffee game is here pretty strong too, guys. This is so weird. Like I'm talking, but you guys are not. Like I can't hear you. I wish there was a way we could have like a big Zoom meeting with like everybody, so I can see your faces. I can hear your voices, and I don't feel so awkward because I'm usually a lot more I don't know, friendly. I just feel so serious in front of a camera, like an interview or something. So bear with me, guys. I'll try to like throw in some jokes here if I can. Um, Mike G. Hello, sir. Hello, ma'am. Hello, Mister. Mike, I'm kidding. Hello, sir. I was planning to come to Thailand for the first time on January 26th. The things have changed into the Philippines 5 times. Thought I'll try Thailand. Actually, you can't even go to the Philippines right now, right? Unless you're like a resident there or a student or have work. But I love the Philippines. I guess I shouldn't say this out loud, but I choose the Philippines over Thailand any day. Yeah. So, Gary, is there any chance of the AQ entry stopping in the near future? I don't think they'll end. No, I don't think so. The AQ is the most like strict one, right? So, if anything, the Sandbox probably would stop before the AQ. The AQ, I don't think they'll stop it anytime soon. I personally don't think so. No, because that's the most strict one. The only reason they may stop is like they may require you to be fully vaccinated. So that's the only thing I see maybe changing to that, but I don't think it's going to stop at all. Pepe, do you think it's possible to have a regular test and go, but also alternative quarantine, both approved, and choose which one to use on departure? Yes, it's possible. You can apply for both and you can get it both, but you also risk the chance of them seeing your passport number and rejecting your second application. However, I know a friend of mine that has both and entered on whichever one they decided was best for them. So yes, technically you can apply for two at the same time. It's just like a risk on who is looking at your application. They might see the passport number. Yeah, that's that. But I mean, I don't recommend it, but it's possible technically. Tom says, I am due to travel to town on the PCR approved test and go next Friday, the 21st. With just 11 days to go, I have no idea if my trip is still going ahead. And this is what I'm talking about. So many people are not affected by the January 15th possibly cutoff date. But we have Tom here that's kind of still in limbo. So yesterday and the day before, they said there's no cutoff date. But today they're saying we're going to reassess after the 15th. So what is Tom to do? Is he going to go ahead and plan his trip or wait like a fool? Like it's just not right. You know, people got jobs, families, money on the line, insurance, time, commitments, like and mental stability. Like I'm going crazy thinking about. Imagine if I don't know if I'm going on a trip or not next week, right? And that's a 20 or something hour flight. I don't know where Tom's from, but yeah, that's a big deal. Like that's what I'm talking about. So yeah, Tom, I can't tell you, but as of right now, theoretically, your trip is still on because it said there's no cutoff date. But I would not feel too secure until after the 15th, and let's see what they say. Whether they're going to extend that no cutoff date or they're going to say, you know what, cases are too many here. I'm going to go ahead and stop this whole test and go thing. Whoever came here, great. Whoever has a test and go anymore, they have to reapply for a Sandbox or something. And that's the other thing. I'm sure some people are willing to just convert the test and go and just do a Sandbox, but you can't, right? You have to reapply for it and then change your hotel and all that other stuff. So right now it's up in the air, but technically there's no cutoff date. But I wouldn't be feeling too confident until after the 15th, Tom. So Jay, if they reduce it to 5 days AQ, I might think about it. Yeah, Jay, even 5 days is a lot. If you have 2 weeks on vacation, 5 days in a hotel, that's a lot. So I don't know. Personally, I wouldn't do it unless I have at least 3 weeks. But that's just me. And might want to be here for like only 2 days, up to you. But Jay says if it's 5 days alternative quarantine, he might think about it. Jordy, what happened to your question? Sorry, guys. Wow, so many coming in now. Jordy, hi, Tom. Same for me. Too many original plans. Okay, so Jordy had the same question as Tom. Rafael. Oh, guys, by the way, so Pull Up donated 10 Singaporean dollar by using a super chat, super sticker. If you guys want to do that, obviously it's exciting for me. So go ahead and do that, and I'll appreciate it if you guys like this kind of content. And let me know, what do you think of this like setup? Like, would you rather me sit here properly and use better audio, better video so you can see me better than being outside in the street and the noise and all that? Because no matter where I go, I feel like there's so many motorbikes and loud buses and cars. And sometimes I feel like it's kind of like I'm not interacting with you guys to a level I want to. I'm going on to the next question here. I wanted to arrive. So Raphael says, I want to arrive in Bangkok February 18th at 12 a.m. I get second dose of vaccine February 4th, and February 18th marks the 2 weeks fully vaxxed status. Do I still qualify for a 7-day quarantine? That's a very tricky and unique situation. I don't know, to be honest. I would email ThaiPass, the email they have on the ThaiPass website, and exactly ask that question, and hopefully they give you the right answer. So, I mean, for all I know, they barely looked at my ThaiPass when I went there. Like, not the ThaiPass. They barely looked at my vaccine, like certification or the 2 weeks. They're not gonna count the days, I don't think. That's just my experience, though. I would just email the ThaiPass website and ask specifically. If you get approved for the ThaiPass, I would think it's fine, because if the dates didn't match, they would just deny you. So if your ThaiPass is approved with those specifications, then you know it's going to be most likely okay to come into the country. But for 100% peace of mind, I would email ThaiPass and ask them that question. Ahmed Jamal, unvaccinated is 10 days or 14 days. So that's been changed. So unvaccinated people are 10 days now. It was announced today during the meeting. If you're unvaccinated, you no longer have to AQ for 14 days. It's been reduced to 10 days. Yay, good news for the unvax. And that's that. Romario, I like your name, buddy. There was a soccer player named Romario from Brazil. Yeah, great Romario. Yeah, he was Brazilian way back in the day. Hey, buddy. Hey, just seen your live broadcast. Thought I'd say, hey, take a look. Why not take a look? Ask a question. Tell me a comment. Comment about my tank top I'm wearing. This is like barely covering my stomach. If you guys want to see, I'm wearing like Thai pants. Check out the beginning of the video. Embarrassing. That was like an inside joke. So let's see. Jordy says, I already booked everything for my trip, Thailand, but because that Thai government keeps changing their mind and regulations, I tried changing my flight from 21st to 17th January and tried to change update the Thai pass. So yeah, people like Jordy, they have a plan to come here on 21st, but they keep changing the dates. So Jordy's trying to like come here earlier. Jordy, if you watched yesterday's video, or no, 2 days ago video, I talked about how you can go ahead and ask to have your Thai pass date changed to an earlier date. So take a look at that video, and there's 2 email addresses I can't remember right now on there. Email them that you wish to come here earlier. They'll go ahead and approve, hopefully, the Thai pass to an earlier date. Stuart, coming the 22nd, and it's hell not actually knowing if it's going to happen or not. A really holiday and planning the world. Okay. Yeah, so Stuart says coming on the 22nd, it's hell not actually knowing if it will happen. Not really a holiday in the planning, but worth it if we make it. Yeah, so holidays are supposed to be fun, to plan, to organize, right? To look forward to. And I feel like this is taking away a lot of that experience of not knowing. It's brutal not knowing. I can't imagine. I don't like waiting for somebody for 5 minutes. So that's my personality. And I'm sure many people are the same. Not knowing whether your plan of coming to Thailand is going to happen or not must be brutal. Let's see. Sahin says, Follow this friend. I believe she gives me more useful information from the Ministry of Health. Well, I'm not a she, but I understand the language barrier. Thanks, Sahin. Yeah, follow me, guys. Sahin says to follow me. By the way, I don't know how much difference that like button makes, but I always hear YouTube people saying hit that like button. So if you wanna like hit it, just hit it. I don't know if it makes a difference to me or anybody or to the algorithm, but why not? Let's see. Tay Tay. Tay Tay, I like your name. Why is the world panicking about Omicron cold? The death rates are actually going down. Yeah, it depends how you look at it, Tate. I feel like this might be the stepping stone for everybody to just cash this nonsense, and then hopefully, like we can all recover. But many dead people will probably disagree with that comment. I know, like let's address the elephant in the room too. People are dying from it, whether we believe it or not, or whether we just because maybe you and I are healthy-ish, we don't know if we have underlying conditions. Unfortunately, people are passing away, and it's a tragedy. And I feel like obviously bad about it. Like there's nothing we can do. Hopefully, that we're lucky enough we're not one of those people, but it is still happening. So, and this is what I'm trying to say, guys. Is it worth the risk? Do you want to come here and God forbid something happens to you or your loved ones and you get separated and have to worry about money and then hopefully nothing happens to you because I'm not trying to die. I love my life. I'm sure you love your life too. So um, take that into consideration. Jay, if they said they will assess it on the 15th based on history, they should give you at least 5 days to come in. So yeah, we're gonna play the mind games, right? So on the 15th, they might say, okay, 21st is the cutoff date, the 20th the cutoff date. But we just have to wait and see. Um, Romario. Oh, whoa, so many questions, guys. Thank you. But I might take a while getting through these, so give me a second. Now I understand. Now I know why those people only answer questions with super stickers and super chats because they can't read everything. Um, but I'm not gonna do that unless I don't think the channel's ever gonna be so big where I can only read the super sticker people super chat. Let's see. If they said they will assess the 15th, we did that. Ramari says, has there been any word on how the Samui Sandbox will work regarding transiting from Bangkok airport to Samui? They have announced the sandbox, but no word on how to get there. Hmm. No word, but as far as I know, you have to book it directly to Samui. So when you're booking your flights, your departure, your arrival has to be Samui. You can't personally just go on a domestic flight and do something. So I guess whenever you book your flight, you just have to put your end location as a place that is under Sandbox. And obviously the system or the airlines will have to like coordinate which transit and things like that will happen. And if you have your Thai pass approved, the rest is like not a worry for you. So as long as you have your Thai pass, your flight that arrives at the like Samui or whatever Krabi, then you'll be fine. Oh, boo! Pull up. You're making me blush, buddy. Another 20 Singaporean dollars. I appreciate it. So your question will be addressed first. Thank you. Says I will fly under the sandbox on Wednesday. Worried about the tests, but staying 90 days. I would not. I would not go if less than 60 days. That's what I was thinking. Right? Not worth it. Some extra money as you are so excited. I am, but as genuinely excitement, not because of the money, but I feel like I'm excited that I'm actually worthy enough for someone to feel like they're getting enough information to hit me up with some money. That's exciting. Um, I don't don't spend it all on Bangla Road. If you guys have watched me, I don't drink. I don't party in that way. I don't go out with like. I don't judge people, but personally, I don't. I rather much more meet like local people where I feel like if they're interested in me, they're genuinely interested in me, and not because of pull up Singaporean dollars. You know what I mean? So that's not my style. But yeah, that place is crazy. Just like Khao San Road or Soy Cowboy or Pattaya. If you guys want nightlife and partying, Thailand's still the place for that. So if you're not coming here more than 60 days, then yeah, it's maybe not best to just like wait a little bit till things get better. I'm curious, pull up. You said you're going to be here for 60 days. So I assume you coming on a tourist visa and then extending it for 30 days, right? Let me know. And thank you once again for the donations. I appreciate it, of course. I'm buying 2 coffees tomorrow. Bubble teas. Let's see. Sorry, guys. That was a VIP question, so I had to address it, doing my thing. Let's see. What else we got here? Jay, so on the 15th, they could say arrivals can come up to the 20th. We'll assess again. Yeah, they could say that. They can say all kinds of things. I don't trust the government. I don't trust the government. Let's see what else is here. Lucas, Lucas, hello. Maybe you know which insurance is the best. I'm wondering about the quarantine cost if PCR test happens to be positive. Which insurance pays for the hotel cost if I'm asymptomatic? Yeah, so that's the other thing, guys. Insurance, these are the type of things people don't ask sometimes, you know? If you're asymptomatic, insurance may not cover it. They're gonna be like, you're fine. I'm not paying no money if you're healthy and you're not coughing and we need like medical assistance of any kind. So I don't know personally. I don't know specifics about insurance companies. I highly recommend if you have insurance, make sure that in their fine details, in their fine print, it covers your costs no matter whether you're asymptomatic or if you're symptomatic. Personally, I have Safety Wing. I don't think it says anything about symptomatic or not symptomatic. And I know AXA is very popular here and promoted by the Thai government. So maybe just check out AXA, but it's nothing I know more than that. Um, let's see. Pepe says, I'll go with 7 days AQ. If I go with test and go, I'll be scared as F. I don't know if I should swear on here. I'm a grown man. I'm still worried about swearing on camera. Until I get the second PCR, at least with the AQ, I'll have my two PCRs in hotel and having less risk in theory, unless I get COVID in the flight. Yeah. So here's the problem with the AQ is yes more secure, but even the Sandbox, some people think, oh, just because you're coming through the Sandbox, you might be safe from COVID. No, because after the first day, you can go out and you can do whatever you want, and that's where people get it. When I was on like Bangla Road, or whenever I go out, especially in tourist areas, ain't nobody wearing a mask, nobody. So even for me, I was like, yeah, maybe I should just cover my face in case I'm not trying to get no vid. I don't want that Rona, right? So like this is yeah, no. So yeah, that's one way of thinking about it, Pepe. So whichever way you think is best, 7 day quarantine theoretically is much more safer than the Sandbox or the test and go because you'll have that incubation period from the plane and all that, and then you can get tested and see if you're okay. Chris Sai, new subscriber from South Korea. Oh, thank you, Chris. I love that. South Korea. I wanted to go there a couple months ago. I met a special friend and she wanted to meet me, but unfortunately, I didn't want to do the 2 weeks of quarantine. Too much work and too much hassle. So, Chris, thank you for a subscription. And many of you guys too. By the way, if you haven't had a chance to subscribe to the channel, I'd appreciate it because I'm not gonna lie, I like seeing those numbers go up every day. You know, it's like a kid waking up, like a test score of some sort. And I'm not into social media that much. Like I have Instagram, but I only got it this year because everybody kept asking, "Hey, why don't you post some pictures?" My point is, I'm not really into social media. I don't like taking selfies and all that. But the Instagram, the YouTube subscribers, I get kind of motivated. That's why I'm here talking to you guys. So if it wasn't because of that, I don't think I'll be here because I wouldn't be providing any value. Let's see. Pierre, 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 Frenchman, I think, maybe just the name. I have Thai pass. Why am I assuming? I have a Thai pass arriving on January 16th. Shall I already book a second PCR test? Well, what is your Thai pass for? Well, I assume it's a test and go for the January 16th. And should you book a second PCR test? No, because if you have your Thai pass already, your second PCR test should be free. They're gonna go ahead and give you a pink slip at the airport. You see which is the nearest PCR clinic to your hotel or wherever you're gonna be on the 6th or 5th day. Then you get your second PCR test for free. You don't need to book it. If you're coming through the Sandbox program, then yes, and even then, you don't have to pay for it if you got it before 22nd of December. Don't book anything if I was you. Not yet. If you have your Thai pass already, then don't worry about booking any second PCR test. What site is your favorite for booking short and long-term rentals for housing? By BS Chamas. Bashamas. Bashamas. So, what site is your favorite for booking short-term? Short-term depends. If it's less than a week, probably just a hotel, a cheap hotel. I'm not trying to impress nobody. If it's like more than 2 weeks, then I go on Airbnb. I message the host and I try to get like half the price they're asking. And you'll be surprised how many times that works because it's a win-win situation. They get to rent out their home for 2 weeks if it wasn't because of me, and I get a discount because I'm not rich, so I have to save money wherever I can. So I just send them a message. I don't try to take advantage of them, but I also know that they'd rather make some money than no money, right? So it's like a win-win situation. Pierre, is there an app we should download prior to arrival so that they can follow us? Yes, but not prior to arrival. You can just do it when you could do it if you want prior to arrival, but it's called the Morchana app. I'll type. Can I type on here? I don't even know, guys. I'm so new to this stuff. More China. Download this app. You're gonna need it when you hear it, so they can track your whereabouts. By the way, did you guys hear about those 6 people that evaded the police? So 6 people from all over Europe, they got tested, but they left the hotel before the test came back, and all 6 were just caught like yesterday. They said, "Oh, we didn't know it was positive." But that's because the clinics are overwhelmed and they didn't get the test back in time, so they just left. But 3 of them came out positive. So now the government and the officials are trying to figure out whether they knew they were positive before taking off or it just happened to be that's what happened. I would not risk Thai prison for an extra day outside, personally. Um, Next question. Yo, Alex. Yo, my man. Bulk M. Bullseye. Is this Thomas? I can't remember, bro. What's your name? Yo, Alex, working your butt off as normal. Good morning from California. I'm not working so hard, but yeah, I'm becoming active on YouTube a little bit, I think. So yeah, good morning from Cali. Good morning to you, sir. Steve, Hadi wants to come to Thailand with me. Have to let her down easy. Steve's back. Hadi Bengadi with a shotty. She came the other night. If you guys saw the live stream, Steve had a lady friend come by and he was excited. I'm excited to know what happened. Steve, tell us some details. Like not too much details, but like enough details where we can share on the U of the tube on the YouTube. She wants to come to Thailand, bro. Why would you bring Sam to the beach? Don't bring her to Thailand. Tell the hottie to wait. Uh, no parade music. No parade music. Are there bars open after January 16th? After January 16th, no. Until the 31st, bars and clubs are supposed to be closed. Bars and clubs are supposed to be closed until the 31st. However, if the bars and clubs, uh, if they convert to an eatery, then they can serve alcohol until 9 p.m. But they must be Shaw approved and meet all the requirements of the Thai government. Speaking of hotties, let's see if I have a message from my cousin. I have no hottie waiting for me. Yeah, so that's that. Next question. Romario, spot on with your Romario knowledge. Yeah, he was like a soccer player with the earring, right? I think he had. Oh, that was Ritz Baggio. He was my all-time favorite footballer, hence the name, by the way. Oh, cool. I was only really young when he smashed the 94 USA. Yeah, I remember the highlights. I was young too. I don't remember. I was born in 80. I'm not going to tell you guys. But it doesn't matter. I was born in 86. But yeah, I remember just growing up and listening to Romario being a great soccer player. Juan says, "What the f? What is going on?" Yeah, what's going on, right? That's why we're having this conversation, guys. By the way, if you haven't subscribed to the channel by now, please do so while I drink this water and hit that like button. I want to see if it makes a difference of any kind or anything. Whoa, 66 people have joined this live stream. My goal was 10 people. That was like the max I've ever had. Now we like 6x that, just like crypto. By the way, you guys buy crypto? What's all? Yeah, that's a whole other thing. Let's see. Ozpak, Aussie Pack, AUSPAK. I feel like Bill Burr. Like if you guys watch Bill Burr, Ozpak says, "Can I transit flight if I go to Phuket and then Phuket to Australia? No direct flights. Can you advise?" Can I transfer? Can I transit flight if I go to Phuket and Phuket to Australia? No direct flight. Can you advise? Sorry, bro. I don't know what the rules and regulations are as far as going to Australia and all that. If there's no flight, then it's probably not allowed. Because I know you can't transfer by yourself within flights if you're coming to Thailand. So I don't know. I don't think so. But yeah, don't quote me or I don't know. Simply, sorry, man. J. Matthias, Matthias. Bro, no, I don't know why. Sometimes it goes all the way down, then I miss all these like, what do you call it? Questions. Sorry, guys. Give me a second while I find the questions here. Oh my goodness. Okay, there we go. Why are tourists testing positive all of a sudden after they took the negative before the flight? Is this a scam? You know, that's a great question. No, Pyre Music. Why is so many, like, if you look at the numbers, about maybe 10 times more people are testing positive suddenly compared to last month. Now, that could be simply because Omicron is more contagious, Or I don't trust nobody. If we saw Quentin earlier told me that he live streamed his whole process. He live streamed when they were taking the test. He asked the people the question, "What's your name? Who you work for?" All these things. So, and he told the person, "You're being live streamed right now to hold them accountable in case something happens." So, people are. You're not the only person that thinks this might be a scam. To be honest, I don't know personally. It just might be Omicron with a lot of like infectious rates, or just like yeah, it could happen. These scams happen all the time. I wouldn't be so surprised. There's a lot of money involved when somebody like tests positive. Everybody gets some money, right? So, yeah, I don't know. I have a flight to travel from Bangkok to Phuket. Do I need to take another PCR test once I land in Phuket? Well, yeah, you do. No matter how you're coming into Phuket, you'll be taking the first PCR as soon as you arrive. So before you take off, 72 hours before you board the plane, and one more PCR as soon as you land, and another PCR, a third one on the fifth day. So good luck trying to, well, not good luck, I'm not trying to be an ass, but like the chances of testing positive obviously increase the more tests you get and the more time goes between the time they're on the plane and the time you land. Um, Salwan, does the cutoff date of the 15th of January for approved TP test go on apply as well for the approved TP for Bangkok Sandbox? I've got one. Let me read that again. Does the cutoff date of January 15th for approved Thai pass for test and go apply as well for the approved Thai pass for Bangkok Sandbox? No, so this is just for the test and go. Sandbox schemes are not affected in any way. Jay says, I saw a video of my friend who looks at Hooters in Nana Plaza. They're doing ATK tests to enter Nana Plaza today. That's true. They did ATK to enter Soy Cabo a few days ago. That's true too. That is a cherry on top to cancel. Yeah, guys. So some of the most famous places that you heard about, the one that you want to go to, you're not allowed to enter without getting an ATK test. Now imagine that. Imagine you want to go grab some wings at Hooters or and a beer, and someone sticks something in your nose hole. Next thing you know, you're positive. Well, there goes your trip. Like it's sad, but it's true. Like this is some scary stuff. And who knows about like the test being so accurate? 99%. I bought a test from 7-Eleven for like $1.50. Now I don't know what kind of test that is $1.50 is very accurate, but that's just the way it is. And who knows? Like yeah, I wouldn't trust some of those. How precise they are. I don't know, man. I'm just like you guys. I'm kind of like I don't want to say the wrong things. I don't want to affect you or influence you in any way about your trip. But I'm just trying to advise people to be careful and think about it twice. If you haven't booked anything yet, maybe just wait a little bit. If you book stuff, then be fully prepared to expect some of these things. This is just information and my personal biased opinion on some random things. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a politician. I don't work for Thai government. I'm just speaking of what I see and hopefully bringing you guys some information to make your own decisions. Um, Pull up Opus. Pull up. Yeah, tourist visas an extension of 30 days if allowed, if all goes well. So yeah, I was right. So pull up's gonna come here on a 60-day tourist visa and extend it one more time. Actually, if I really wanted to stay in Thailand, I would have gone back to the immigration office and request a 60-day additional COVID extension, which some people apparently get. Well, I don't know. I'm not really keen on staying that much longer, so we'll see. Ahmed Jamal, can you extend visa while you're in Thailand? Yes, you can extend it one time. Depending on the type of visa, which I assume you come in under tourist visa or visa exempt, you can extend it one time at least for 30 days. Um, Hello, Alex. Olivia, what is your feeling about the future of test and go scheme? Thank you. Honestly, I don't see it coming back anytime soon. Not until like March or April. The test and go is not going to come back anytime soon. And I don't even know if you want. Actually, yeah, the test and go. I don't see it coming back soon, but I'm hoping I'm wrong. Even if it comes back and they announce it, what are the chances they're going to stick to it? Next week they might cancel again or whatever. So I have no hope for test and go as of right now. Unfortunately, I don't see it happening just based off all the closures that I see happening around me, all the shutdowns from local things to provincial things to even like national things that are being shut down, schools, people asked to work from home, gyms, pools, libraries. Things are not looking so good in some ways, even getting ATK tests if you want to enter like some food, restaurants even. So, yeah. Daddy K10, hey, thanks for coming, buddy. You always comment on my videos. I appreciate it, but you got no question. But hello to you. Sukmani, when start direct flight India to Phuket? I don't know, bro. I don't know when flights are going to be available from India. I'm not the aviation dude. Whenever you know, I know too. So India to Phuket, no clue. No pare. Use incorrect. I don't know. Haley C, what is the atmosphere like now for backpackers? Set to head out next Monday for 90 days, but apprehensive hostels aren't great to be staying right now and wondering if meeting people is still easy. Haley, so I don't usually do hostels personally, but I see hostels everywhere. And when I travel, I sometimes go to hostels to meet people or just eat something or just to socialize. And I met amazing people, as I'm sure you have too, or will, and by going to hostels. But I would never stay at a hostel these days. It's too risky, personally, because there's too many areas that you come in contact with. This room that I'm staying at, if it wasn't so dirty, I'll show you guys. Well, not dirty, but disorganized. If you saw yesterday's video, you'll see how much I'm paying for this place, right? It's only $12 a night. I'm paying 12 bucks a night here, and that's on a short-term rental. So you could probably get that cut to even lower if you bargain. But it's much safer to stay by yourself and pay almost the same price as a hostel. Now, I know you may not stay at hostels for the cost just to meet people, but you can just go outside after your safe home or safer home and meet people at the hostel, but not stay there theoretically, or meet them at bars or restaurants or cafes. Backpack games have changed a little bit, I'm sure, since my time when I came here first and 8 years ago. But I think that the atmosphere is the same. Many people, the young people, don't care as much. I think you still have the same or similar atmosphere, but it just comes down to how much risk you want to take. Um, Bulk M, Bullseye. About Aksha have not been able to reach them by phone or email since many attempts. English language prompt leads to all Thai language voice menu. I'm sure many people have many questions, and that's probably why you can't get through to them. I recommend sending them an email or see if they have a website where they can answer your inquiries. I don't have any additional information on that. Hi, missed some of the questions. I'm flying to Thailand 17th to 18th. I have approved test and go. Will I be able to enter Thailand on the 18th? Yes, technically you are. There's no cutoff date, but I'll be wary and I'll listen to either this channel or any other channels you follow to make sure that the Thai government doesn't change their mind on the 15th. Once again, they're keeping us in limbo and readjusting and reassessing on the 15th based on what they said today. So keep an eye out for that. But technically, right now, you're able to come. Juan says, why are my texts getting blocked? Juan, I don't know, man. Why are your texts getting blocked? I have no settings on here. I don't even know what I'm doing, if anything. So maybe just type them again. I don't know. Habib says, hi, I have received my Thai pass, which I done application first a week ago. Then my flight date changed on day for 1 day. I applied again, but the second application was rejected. Is it okay to fly out? No, you cannot fly out if your Thai pass date has changed, unless it's changed to a later date. So let's say, for example, your Thai pass date is on the 15th of January, but your flight got changed to the 16th of January, then you can come here. But if your flight got changed to earlier date, and depending on how early, then you have to email them and request a change to your Thai pass. Some people, now this is another thing that's so annoying. It's not clear whether the 72 hours is 3 days before or 3 days after or in between or whatever, or within 3 days, a day and a half here and a day and a half here. So I've heard of people and I read and I've talked to people who've been denied entry because they came to Thailand with 1 day prior before the Thai pass date. So, but I've also heard people that came here with no problem. It's going to depend on the immigration officer and how strict they want to be. Therefore, I recommend in your case, please email the Thai pass website. And if you watched yesterday or 2 days ago video, I put 2 emails in there as well on how to go ahead and change the date on your Thai pass. Email them, and I've been getting many messages how they've been approved for their request to change the flight on their Thai pass to earlier. So please email them. If you're going to Phuket, I know it off the top of my heart. If you're going to Phuket, then it's phuket.thailandpass@gmail.com. Send them an email and tell them your situation. But the other email, if you come to Bangkok, I can't remember. Look at that video for more details. Sahin, dude, I think you explained to the people here by giving the Sandbox and the city where they will stay an alternative quarantine. I think the people here will be more enlightened. Thank you. Yes, that's what I'm trying to do. So alternative quarantine is for any city that you want to fly to, like Bangkok or Pattaya. And Sandbox schemes are only for Phuket and the 3 other provinces I mentioned. I can't remember all their names, but all you got to do is simply go on the Thai Pass website and see what's available, and you simply select it from there. I can't remember the exact names of the islands and places. Um, Habib, first pass. I don't know what that means, bro. First pass, second pass, third pass. Uh, Whoa, I wrote that so long ago. Morchana, I'm so behind the question, guys. So if you want your question answered, I don't want to be that guy, but you can always use like super stickers or super chats because it highlights it. That's the only reason I'm asking. Otherwise, you're gonna have to wait in queue. Sorry. Pull up, Alex. You're doing the work that the TAT, Tourism Authority of Thailand, should be doing. Alex, Authority of Thailand, ATT, AAT. Thank you so much. Pull up. That's a really good. They should hire me, right? Why not? The English representative. Hey, Thailand, if you're listening, talk to me. Tell me your name. Are you a Gemini? Who knows what that reference is? Anyways, thanks, pull up. I appreciate it. Erupson. Hi there. Hello there. I feel like you guys remember a long time ago in the 90s, there was like this old lady. I forgot her name, but she would help people with like sex questions. And she's like, hi, welcome to like late night with so and so. And they'll ask these like sexual questions and she'll answer them. I feel like the woman right now. I don't know why. That just came to my head. Anywho, hi there. Before you end the video stream, please make a summary of what have been said, discussed. Nah, man, come on, bro. You can't ask me to summarize everything. Why don't you just watch the thing from the beginning? Yeah, I'm not doing that. I'm nice, but I'm not that nice. This is Thomas indeed. I knew Thomas. So yeah, bulk M. I gotta make like a spreadsheet of somebody, but all right, nice to have you back on the live chat, Thomas. Oh my goodness, so many questions. I gotta go all the way up, guys. Sorry, just bear with me right now, okay? What else we got here? Juan, not fair. They keep changing the rules. That's true. It's not fair. They just keep moving back the goalposts, right? Changing the rules all the time. It's really not fair. I agree. Steve with some news about the hottie. Steve's hottie. Hottie with the body. Steve, hottie just left last night from the other day. Was ready for the departure. Oh man, she stayed that long? Steve been doing something right for 3 days. Okay. So I hope you guys had a great time. Had some nice meals, some movie watching, perhaps some music listening, some coffee making in the AM. Yeah, Steve, good for you, man. I'm living through you. You're living through me. Hey, this is great, right? Whoopi Goldberg. Official Whoopi Goldberg. Have you personally seen much less foreigners entering Thailand? Yes, personally, I have many less foreigners entering Thailand. 60% of this month's cancellations. So that's already less than half the people that should have been here. And I've been here 3 times. And even from the time I came here in November until now, I've seen a lot less tourists coming in here. And I think people just don't want to take the risk. Do I need to have an onward flight if I come 60-day visa, even though, okay, great question. Steve says, do I need to have an onward flight if I come in on a 60-day visa, even though I will be getting an O visa when I get there? So I don't know the answer. Technically, you're supposed to have an onward ticket. However, given how desperate Thailand is for tourism and depend on the customs agent, they may ask or they may not ask. Last week, I spoke to someone. She told me that the agent asked her for an onward ticket. She didn't have it. She had to buy an expensive ticket right at the airport. So I would go ahead and spend the $12 and use a PayPal or credit card and buy a fake onward ticket from onwardticket.net. I can just that one. Something like that. I don't know. Look it up. It's the first thing that comes up on Google, onwardticket.net. It's an official ticket and it's a legit airline, a legit flight number. And all you got to do is just show them on the phone. Nobody checks it. So it's just $12 to spend to have peace of mind in case they ask for it. If not, just consider it a Big Mac that you ate or something. So $12 for onward ticket. Have it just in case, because technically you're supposed to have it regardless of what kind of visa you're coming onto or we're getting later. But if they don't ask, good news. If they do ask, at least you have it with you. That happened to me personally in Vietnam. I was going back to the Philippines, but I didn't have an onward ticket from the Philippines onwards, right? So I had to buy a super expensive ticket at the Vietjet at the airport. So I would recommend having a very cheap flight out, either through the onward ticket or just any random place. You can fly from Bangkok to Phnom Penh in Cambodia for $56. So that's something maybe you want to consider. Patrick Sexton, love the name. It's a huge money spinner for hospitals. Private hospitals like Bangkok, Pattaya are charging 3,800 baht a pop. Yeah, there's a constant stream of Farangs paying this to get a fit to fly certificate to go home. I don't know much about fit to fly to go home, but yeah, the whole thing is like a cycle, right? People got to make money and keep their jobs and do things, whether it's scam, whether it's a legit problem, it's happening. So maybe you should consider it. I got lucky. There was Toka says I got lucky. Was there in December 28th. Returned on Saturday. It's not very enjoyable with all the COVID tests. I would wait. So thank you, Toka. Toka saying that he was there on December 28th. It's not as enjoyable with all the COVID tests, so he recommends waiting. Pitts Vegas, thank you so much for all your work. Pitts, honestly, man, that means a lot to me. You're welcome. I'm glad that you appreciate it, and you are welcome. Thank you too. Thank you for watching. Salwan says T Sachra on her channel. It's Thai things. Just told me that there's no Bangkok Sandbox even for approved TP for Bangkok Sandbox for Bangkok Sandbox before the 22nd on December 2021. I'm sorry, I can't speak to TP or what's her name? T Sachura. Depends on how much you trust her news and stuff, and I can't really understand what she's saying if there's no sandbox. Pitts Vegas, a lot of the old guard Thailand channels are just pushing TAT propaganda. Perhaps, yeah. Haley gives me a thumbs up. Thanks, Haley. Thumbs up. I like that. I like that emoji. Where do you guys get these emojis with like the dab? And I'm such an old man. I feel like I am very technically not gifted when it comes. Like I don't even know half the stuff I'm looking at sometimes. So guys, help me out. Like if I make a mistake, don't be shy. Call me out. I don't even care. What else we got? It's really confusing and getting complicated. It is. There's too many factors. And if you don't follow this from the beginning, you can get easily lost in all this. I travel often. So for me, and I've been here for like almost 2 months. So I feel like I'm a lot more knowledgeable than someone just looking into coming here or that just applied for their Thai pass. Albert Einstein, welcome back. At this point, I would feel safer if Corona held a press conference to tell us how it was going to save us from the government. And it would be less confusing and more believable. Yeah, I like that. Coronavirus. Yeah, if I held a conference to say it's less dangerous than the government, I think you're right, and less confusing for sure. I get Thai pass. Is that loud? Anyway, sorry guys, my mouth is drying up from all this talking. Sukamani. Sorry, man, I just like that name. It's got so much oomph to it. I get the Thai pass date here 3rd or 4th January. If I come Thailand, have any problems? Please articulate your question. I don't get it. I get this Thai pass date here 3rd or 4th January. If I come Thailand, have any problems? Yes, you'll have problems writing like that. I don't know what you're saying, bro. Ask your question again and put some more detail in there. The old woman was Dr. Ruth. Yes, that's right. Dr. Ruth. That's hilarious. Somebody remembers that old woman with the sex questions. Dr. Ruth. But she was like so, I don't know. I like that woman, man. Great job. Thank you. Thank you, Whoopi Goldberg. Henrique. Enrique. I like that. I'm going to Thailand in August. Oh my God. August. We're way ahead of time here. I'm from Brazil. I can stay 3 months under the tourist visa, but I want to stay longer. I bought my round ticket already, but my plan is to change the date and stay longer. Good plan. So just change the date and stay longer, bro. If you can stay here a long time, it's the best option because that way your efforts are worth the risk, right? At least you can stay here more than 2 weeks or something. Steve says, I heard that your passport has to be valid for 6 months before travel to Thailand. Do you know if that's true? Yes, Steve, that is true. Your passport needs to be valid for a minimum of 6 months at the date of your applying for your Thai pass and at the date of your arrival. Well, technically on the date of your Thai pass application, you need to have minimum 6 months time on your Thailand. I'm messing up everything. Let me restate that. Your passport needs to be valid for at least 6 months if you want to come to Thailand, and many other countries are the same. You can't travel to many countries if your passport expires within the next 6 months, so it needs to be valid for at least 6 months or longer before you travel to any other country, not any other country, before you come to Thailand, and many other countries require the same thing for your passport to be at least valid for more than 6 months. Luckily for me and many people, I'm sure we got the 10-year one or something, so if your passport is running close to the expiration date of 6 months, I'd recommend applying for a new passport because those things can be either a lifetime passport, 10-year passport, then why not try to take advantage of it so you don't have to worry about it so often? Um, Ajde 86. How likely is it to get scammed for doing PCR test? Hmm. How likely is it to get scammed while doing a PCR test? Well, probably not as likely, and maybe not as likely as getting scammed in a taxi or some clothing department or something. But I just wouldn't be surprised if here or anywhere else somebody might try to make some money. It's like, just be careful. I don't know what you can do to be safe about that. It's probably not likely, but I wouldn't be surprised if it does happen. I'm sure it happens. The scams everywhere in any kind of industry. Um, hey, quick question. Let's see. Let's go back up. Um, Craven, hey, quick question. For the current test and go, if you test negative within the 24 hours of arrival, do you require to take a PCR test on day 7? No, you're required to take a PCR test on day 5 and 6. So it's not on day 7, it's on day 5 or 6 now. So yes, you still need to take a second PCR test on the current test and go, but the second one would be free. You don't have to pay for it or schedule it or anything. At the airport, they're going to give you a slip of paper. It's going to tell you it's going to be free. You take that with you when you get your PCR test, and that's that. Albert Einstein, is it viable to change Thailand test and go pass to Sandbox pass for Koh Samui, and can you now transit through Bangkok? I'm still in limbo as I'm meant to arrive on the 22nd of January. No, you cannot transit through Bangkok in that fashion. You cannot disembark your plane. So if you want to go to Koh Samui, you have to have a direct flight, not a direct, but your arrival should be Koh Samui, and you need to change your Thai pass as well, like you mentioned. So if I was in your situation, I would just come as a you don't want to get rejected for a new Thai pass or have any problems. Maybe you just come here for a week and then you can fly wherever you want to go after your 1 week. Enjoy Thailand or Bangkok for 5 days, even not even a week. It's 5 days now. So after you get your second PCR test, then you can just go to Koh Samui. But unfortunately, you cannot disembark the plane. You have to have a direct flight into your Thai pass end location. Who keeps messaging me, bro? I know I'm not this popular. I know it's an alarm or something. Yeah, it's nothing. There's a new Dexter show coming out. Yeah, it is. I know all about it. What else do we got? I like this question. Keep them coming, guys. I'm slowly catching up here. Um, ba, ba, ba. Ate, I had a passport that expired a month after I went back home once. I asked before, they said it's okay. I had a return ticket already. I would love to know which country you're from. I never heard of an expired passport being okay. But I think you're trying to say it only had a month left on it, and they said it's okay. Yeah, maybe it depends on the airline or the customs agent, but most places, most countries require to have at least 6 months valid on your passport because they don't want you to be stranded in the country. Um, Thank you. Appreciate it. You're welcome. Pull up. Alex, are you living already a long time in Thailand? And do you plan to live long term in Thailand, Phuket, or do you plan another location in Thailand? Great question. Pull up. This is a great time to tell you my life story. Guys, if you want to hear what I'm doing with my life, why am I traveling, how long have I been here, and what my plans are, let's hit that like button. If that like thing goes to 50, no, not 50. If it goes to 55, I'll tell you guys my life story, kind of, a little bit, what's going on with me. I want to see if this works. If this is live, right? If this is live. See, I'm so silly. Hit that like button. It's at 48 now. If I see 55 likes, only 7 more. I'll tell you guys my plans of what I'm doing, how long I've been here, and where I'll be going after this. Oh, snap. It's already at 51. Uh-oh. Oh, no. 2 more. Let me clear my throat. You guys are going to get to know me on a personal level within 2 more likes. Let me turn the AC on because I'm going to be sweating. Oh, shoot. So it's at 55 likes. I have no choice but to tell you guys my life story. Like, how far back do you guys want me to go? So I'm going to start here. I am a man. No, so a few years ago, I was working at a casino. I was a casino manager. I had a great life. After that, I worked for Netflix, like a subsidiary of Netflix. So I got a chance to be a part of all that. It was exciting. But I never felt whole, I never felt complete. I was like search for more and I wanted more things. So I started to travel. And like 8 years ago, I came here to Thailand with my best friend. Him and I had a wonderful time. And that's the other thing, guys. Thailand has changed so much in those 8 years. I remember when I came here, almost every single person showed respect and a gesture by doing the famous Thai. I don't know the word, but when they do this, right? And it's like a sense of like appreciation, value. But this time I can barely see somebody doing that. Anyways, that's a long story. So I had a great job. I had everything was great, but I still wanted to travel. So after I went back to Canada, I quit my job in Canada. I quit everything. I rented out my house and I decided to travel full time. So for the past 2 years, I've been traveling full time. I went to Philippines, Canada, went back there, went to Turkey, Georgia, and now Thailand. And in a couple weeks, I'm going to leave Thailand. I've been here since November 27th. So in 2 months, I'll be gone. I don't think I want to stay here any longer. I don't feel the same things I felt when I first came here. Maybe it's a bit of like just over exposure to Thailand or something. Maybe it's a Thai pass stuff. But in a couple weeks, I'm going to go on to my next adventure. Now, where will I go? I don't know. Where do you guys want me to go? I'm going to put a poll on here. Hey, I can do that now, right? Let's do that. Cool. Question. Should I leave? I'm sure you guys want me to leave Thailand. Where should I go? Where should I go? And let's see, what's going to be the winner? Maybe I'll go there. Vietnam, Cambodia, or let's think of another place, Laos. This is how spontaneous I am. I don't plan nothing. So this is the beauty of this life. So here, ask the community. I'm clicking ask the community. I want to know what you guys think. Which country should I visit next? So long story short, I've been here for 2 months since November. I'm going to be here for another 2 months. And where am I going next? I don't know yet. I really don't know yet, but I'll find out in 2 weeks, I guess. So back to the questions. Guys, click that poll. I want to know where you guys want me to go. And I think you'll be surprised if I actually do it. You never know. I might just do it. So Albert Einstein, and big love and respect for helping all of us with good, solid info. It's always bang on the money. So thank you for that. Thank you for appreciating that. I try to do my best and bring you guys actual information, not just rumors and he said, she said kind of thing. I can make these videos a lot earlier sometime, but I like to wait till I get some more sources, confirm things, and not just put it out so I can get some views or whatever. Let's see. Thank you. Appreciate it. You're welcome. Opus. That's where I'm going after Thailand. Let's see the. Oh, Vietnam and Cambodia are tied at 41%. Come on, guys. Show some support for one of these places. Can't all be ties. Poor Laos. Always finishing last. Right? So that's what's going on. Let's see who's going to be the winner about Cambodia or Vietnam. I'll stop there in a couple minutes. Going on to the next question. Corey says CCSA, they're going to review test and go on. So Corey says CCSA say they're going to review test and go on the 15th. Yes, they did. They said that. First they said there's no cutoff date, but then they say, yeah, we're going to review it on the 15th and see if we're going to have to stop it or not. Steve says, do I have to have passport 6 months before I travel, or does that mean? So Steve wants to know when you're applying for a Thai pass before you travel, it has to be valid for 6 months, not when you're leaving here or after you arrived here. It's before your travel date. Oh, Cambodia. Oh, all right. Cambodia is above Vietnam. You know, Cambodia is a beautiful place, like Siem Reap. If you guys been there, or let me know if you guys know what Siem Reap is or Angkor Wat. I'd love to know how many people here are familiar with that place. This is exciting. I'm having a great time. Guys, let me know. Give me some feedback, whatever. Don't be shy. Like, this is a community for you guys and for me. I'm feeling very comfortable talking to you guys. I feel like I don't see your faces, but I feel like I can get to know you guys by just reading your questions. Steve, yeah, we talked about your passport. Oh, Cambodia taking the lead by 52% to 35%. All right, I guess I'm going to Cambodia, guys. Let's see if I'm a man of my word, right? Well, let's see when this poll ends. Ziggy says, when I was in Thailand, as long as you were prepared to part with some money, you could do anything. Well, yeah, Ziggy, I think that's the case with many places. Money buys everything. You can do anything. I can literally probably have anything I want right now if I'm willing to spend the money for it. So it comes down to your comfort zone and what you want. But yeah, money will get you anything here. World Traveler Forever. Did they make any updates on closed tickets? On close contacts? They seem to send them before the 14 days quarantine. What do you mean? Did they make any updates on close contacts? They seem to send them before to 14-day quarantine. Oh, I see what you mean. So no, they haven't made any updates on that. Whether if you're close contact with somebody, you also be quarantined for 14 days. I really think they've kind of like shied away from that. I don't know. I don't have any facts, but I haven't heard anybody having to quarantine come in close contact with somebody because there's so many people being infected now. I think they're more focused on those people rather than whoever's close, because I think at some level everybody's going to be close to somebody that is going to be testing positive for the vid. For example, if 3 or 4 people out of a plane is getting infected, right? So that's 1 in every 100. Eventually, there's going to be many people around those 4 people. So I think it's going to be near impossible to convince or try to get everybody that's in close contact with that person to be quarantined for 14 days. Vietnam's catching up. Oh no, 40% Vietnam, 46% Cambodia. We'll close the poll at 12:30 Thailand time. So in 5 minutes, let's see which country you guys want me to visit next, whether it's going to be Cambodia or Vietnam. Laos is gone. Laos, nobody wants to go to Laos. 14%. Sorry, bud. Laos is going to lose, but it's between Vietnam and Cambodia. Ate says not expired, almost, from Sweden. Okay, Ate, thanks for clarifying that. Yeah, so Ate was able to travel with his passport almost expiring. Thanks for sharing that. That's awesome. I'm going to remove this comment. It seems to be spammy. Craban, last question. Cambodia taking the lead again. So Cravan says, last question. Is the process for extending a visa streamlined? We'll hopefully be doing it from China or Chiang Mai. Yeah, I think so. I think you just basically show up there, have to fill up those applications and forms that I have in my video about visa extensions, and that's it. You simply get approved on the same day. 55. Is that like a Thai thing? 555s for happy. Girl Pancake. If any foreigner tests positive, are they instantly forced into a hospital or hotel quarantine at their expense? Yes. So here we go. I was going to talk more about testing positive today's video, but I didn't want to drag it on. There's so much to talk about. I might do it tomorrow maybe. So what happens if you test positive? Let's talk about that a little bit. You have 3 options. I mentioned in the video today, but if you test positive, you can't choose or you can't deny basically care. You have to do something. You can't just decide to go home and I'm not going to do anything. So if you refuse treatment of testing positive for COVID-19, there's a 2-year prison term that you could face, and a 40,000 baht, which I'm sure you don't care about if there's a 2-year term on the line. So you must seek treatment of some sort. You have 3 options. You can either be taken to a hospital or taken to a hospital, like a hotel. You can quarantine in your own home, self-isolate, but you need to be under the age of 60 and be asymptomatic, and you need to have approval from a doctor. In my case, I'm staying in this condominium. There's nobody here with me. I should qualify for that because I'm under 60. I don't have any symptoms if I had the COVID, and I'm living by myself, and the doctor will say, okay, go ahead. And thirdly, they could take you to a field hospital if you don't want to pay out of pocket, if you don't want to go through insurance, all that stuff. But the government will treat you for free. However, the conditions are horrible. So they just give you a basic mattress and cardboard, and they don't barely feed you. Apparently, they're all like coughing, and they're all together. It's all the locals, and it's not a place you want to go to. So those are your 3 options if you test positive for COVID: hospital or hospital, self-isolate if you qualify, or go to a field hospital at very poor conditions. Okay, so we got 2 more minutes. I think Cambodia is the place I'll be going, guys, with 45 votes. 2 more minutes if you guys want me to go to Vietnam instead. Right now, it looks like I'm going to Cambodia. What's next? Does Thai nationals need negative PCR test to fly from Bangkok to Phuket? Victor, I'm not sure, buddy. I don't know what I didn't need it to go from Bangkok to Phuket. I didn't need anything coming back either, but I don't know what the Thai nationals are, because as a foreigner, of course, we have a Thai pass and we've been tested often. Therefore, maybe that's why they don't care as much. However, for the Thai nationals, I'm not sure what the requirements are. Okay, we're going back up to some questions, guys. So I think the poll will end in about less than a minute, and looks like I'm going to Cambodia, guys. Um, People saying Vietnam. Jay, to Gorilla Pancake. Yes, you are forced to quarantine either your hotel, hospital, or hospital, depending on what's available. Thank you, Jay. Explain that again. Um, Vietnam is best, but how can you enter now? I can enter, definitely. And on the 15th, within 5 days, Vietnam hopefully will open up more places. However, Vietnam, when I looked, was last week. So anything can happen these days, right within the day. So from as far as I know, Vietnam's still open, but I can be wrong because I haven't looked in about a week. So yeah, you can go to Vietnam, you can go to Cambodia, but with certain restrictions, you can't just go anywhere. There's certain places you have to go to right now. If you enter test and go, can you do a 5 to 7 test at a private hospital? Private hospital, well, if they're under the approved list of clinics, then yes, you can, I assume. But you have to do your PCR test at the hospitals that the government has approved already. So it has to be on the list of approved clinics. Ziggy says, oh, I can't read, man. There it is. It's not on your list, but I wondered about Taiwan. I've always actually wanted to go to Taiwan, and right now I just don't know what the requirements and the entry requirements are for Taiwan. Taiwanese food is delicious. Taiwanese people seem very lovely, and yeah, I will definitely go to Taiwan at some point. And who knows, in life I might just go to every country. I'm not Drew Brinsky, but who knows? I'm gonna try to hit up as many places as I can before I can't do it anymore. Um, World Traveler, I don't think you're able to enter. Okay, let's put this to the test. So let's end the poll. Vietnam finished second. Laos finished with 12% only. Looks like I'm going to Cambodia, guys. So I guess it doesn't matter whether I can enter Vietnam or not. Right now, looks like I'm going to Cambodia. So let's see if I'm going to hold my end of the bargain, if I'll go to Cambodia by the end of this trip in Thailand, or what's going to happen. All right, I'm curious. So someone says Vietnam is best, but how can you go? And then it says Ziggy said, World Traveler, I don't think you are able to enter Vietnam as a tourist now. Okay, well, I'll have to take a look into that. So you can go to eat pho in Vietnam. Yes, I love pho. Ahmed, it's delicious. Yes, Angkor Wat and Siem Reap, beautiful place. Mountain double A's. Thomas, aka Book. Hey, Thomas changed his name. Thank you, Thomas. This makes it so much easier for me. I appreciate it. Bullseye 70. I experienced your Thailand observations in other countries. Societies change with fast economic development. You're right. Yeah, they do. Societies do change. And they get influenced very easily by other. Like, I've seen so much influence from when I first came here from like Western world, like white people, Caucasians, everything was like whitewashed in Thailand. It is still today. Like every soap that you have, it's got whitening chemicals inside of it, so your skin can become whiter. But recently, I've seen much more Korean style fashion, beauty products, advertisement. Everything is geared towards Korea, South Korea now. Like this is just a general observation, obviously, but it's very noticeable. If you come here, you'll know exactly what I mean. Um, World travel, Siem Reap is great, laid back, small city, and has a wonderful Angkor Wat. Yes, you're right, World Traveler. It's a great place. I remember I had one of my best experiences in Siem Reap. I met a friend, and she took me on her motorbike, and I'd never forget how cold I was in the morning. I thought I was big stuff, and she's like, "You should get a jacket." I'm like, it's Cambodia. Why would I need a jacket? 4 a.m. We go out, and I can't say I'm cold, obviously. So yeah, there goes that story. Um, One more vote for Taiwan. Yeah, I would love to go to Taiwan, Kim, at some point. Steve, so just to be clear, I need to get passport now to be able to travel in September. Well, it depends how much month you have left. You don't like the point is if your passport expires within 6 months, you need a new passport. Because your passport needs to be valid for at least 6 months before you enter a new country like Thailand. If your passport is expiring in September, then I recommend you get a new passport. Yeah, that's it. But you don't need to have your passport. I'm a little confused by your question. But yeah, as long as you have 6 months valid on your passport, then you can travel to Thailand. Vietnam, you can't get a tourist visa yet. Okay. I'm gonna challenge both of you guys on that. You guys don't think we can go to Vietnam? Let's see. Please explain, because when I looked, there's e-visas right now, online visas, and there's no more visa on arrival, but there's e-visas, and on that e-visa you can, unless they changed it recently. I looked last week and everything seemed legit, so they're on their second stage of opening up Vietnam. Maybe you guys are trying to go to like the capital city or something, but there are places you can go to Vietnam as a tourist. But things may have changed. This is information what 2 weeks ago, I'd say by now. Um, Ziggy, I'm thinking Cambodia. Ziggy's right. I'm going to be going to Cambodia. I hope to visit Thailand in May. What do you think? In May, hopefully things are better. We'll know one way or another. I think there'll be a much clearer idea of where Thailand's going to be going by May, whether it's going to go ahead and completely shut down or completely reopen. I think by May, they'll have a much better understanding of the situation. Um, Ate says, have you stayed in Bangkok for a long time? Not seeing you anywhere else. I've stayed in Bangkok only for 6 weeks. Check out the channel. You'll see me in Georgia. You'll see me in Istanbul. You see me around Turkey. I've just recently started this channel about 8 months ago, so maybe that's why too. But hopefully, I can go some more places. Alan, if I locate to a different hotel after my first night quarantine, I give them my address for my second PCR test, then leave that address prior to my test date. Can I do this? Yeah, you could do it, but yeah, doesn't matter where you are as far as your address goes, as long as you do your testing, and because you have the More China app on your phone anyway, so they can track you down. Um, Pitts Vegas, Mexico is great too for anyone considering the Western world. Great people, food, weather, exchange rate, etc. Yeah, Mexico is a great place. Depending on, I guess it can be slightly dangerous depending on where you go, but so can any country really. So yeah, Mexico is great. Ziggy, let's see. Ziggy, I heard that Cambodia is like Thailand was some time ago. Yeah, Ziggy, I'm hearing a lot of people say that. When I was in Cambodia, I've been to Cambodia, by the way, guys. I went there maybe 4 years ago, maybe 5 years ago. I don't know how else to say it except for it wasn't so westernized. It wasn't as influenced and like exploited by Western culture, and you really get the sense of genuine people and people just being in awe with you as a tourist or a foreigner. And I'm not a shallow person, but you really feel like loved and valued, and people genuinely want to get to know you without wanting anything from you. So they're more curious than yeah, there Cambodia. I was there for a very short time, just like a few days, but it was really lovely, and I'd love to go back. And it looks like I might be. So I agree. Um, MT double A's. I used to visit Angkor Wat, Siem Reap. It's such an amazing, quiet, and relaxing place. Everything is also cheap there, 15 to 30 bucks a night hotel. Yeah, it is cheaper for sure. I agree, and it is a very beautiful place. Thanks for the guidance, Rashid says. You're welcome, bud. And Paul up 555 means ha ha ha. Oh, is that what it means? Ha ha ha. Thanks. As the five is pronounced is ha 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 ha. I get it. Triple five ha ha ha. Thanks, Paul up. Juan, so the January 15th is not really a deadline yet. That's correct, Juan. Juan, that's not a deadline yet. They will reassess. There is no deadline technically, as they've all been saying, but their tone and their approach to it is the thing that we're all having problem with. Without having a hard date or decision, it's kind of hard to make plans. Um, what else? Oh yeah, similar to JAJAJA in Spanish being haha. I get it. So it's more like a tonal thing than okay. I understand. I have seen condos on Airbnb around Sukhumvit Soy 11 for 25 to 26,000 baht a month. So it's gonna be negotiable, like you said, to get 50% of the rental price. Hell yeah, 25,000. What are you living in like a penthouse? That's a lot of money. That's like $1,000 a night. Yeah, I mean $1,000 a month. Yes, definitely. I can see you getting that for 50%. Do you need to do another PCR test when you fly back home? As it says, well, it depends which country you're flying to. If your country requires a PCR test, then yeah, you need to do it, but not to leave Thailand. Thailand doesn't care what you do, but the country arriving will need to see whether you have a PCR test or not. Depends on their entry requirements. Um, am I losing my energy? I think I'm like dying out here. I don't know what time it is. 12:30. I'll keep this going, guys. But yeah, thanks so much for the questions. Keep them coming. I'll let you guys know about 10 minutes before I take off. So it gives you guys plenty of time to ask you questions and say your goodbyes. This is great. I might do this like every night. or something. Not every night, but like be on here more often from the comfort of my home. And by my home, I mean someone else's home that I'm staying in. Next question. Pull up. By the way, one tip: your lighting. Yeah, right. What is going on here? This is my first time. I told you guys I'm doing this live stream, but thank you for the tip. Let's hear it. By the way, one tip: your light bulb has interference. It's flickering. Is that what it is? Okay, I thought it was my eyes. Let's see. It's flickering. Best to use a dedicated live cam light to avoid this. No criticism. No, it's fine. Bring it. Like I'm not well prepared at all, and this was just something I wanted to do instead of doing it outside. I'm doing it in here. Thank you for the tip. If this became a regular thing, I'll definitely be better set up with the whole ring light and the proper. Like I'm not even using a camera. Like this is just like a external cam I have. My Sony ZV-1 is over there, but I might set that up too in the future. Thank you so much for the tip. This all helps. I thought about retiring in Vietnam, but could get more for your money in Thailand. Accommodations are better and cheaper in Thailand. Accommodation, yeah, I don't know what you mean, Steve. Some places, yes, but because I know in Da Nang, for example, you can get a nice place for $200. In Thailand, some places are $1,000. So it really does depend. I do like the quality of um, Thai rooms and apartments much better. You're right. Ate says, Steve, I have heard the total opposite. Yeah, and that's what I was thinking too. A little bit depends. No wonder you lose energy. Drinking water is not good. Huh? Drinking water is not good? You're the first person on the history of the world that says drinking water is not good. Oh, I think you mean I should be drinking alcohol, right? Maybe. Um, there we go. I should have read the next comment. I'm such a silly guy. I don't drink, bro. I don't drink, so this is all I got. It's either this or oh, I got a Coke in the fridge. But let me see if I can fix this light so I can save you guys this headache. Don't look at my outfit. I'm wearing like a tank top, essentially. Oh, that's even worse. Hello? How do you work this? Nope, it's not happening. I shall fix this tomorrow. That's not now that you mentioned it, I can't stop thinking about it. Okay, back to the question, guys. We're getting off track here. We're having too much fun. Um, so I've been trying for days to go to Thailand. I got 3 vaccinations. The hotel is ready. The insurance is ready. But the Turkish government did not send a passport, and everything is very difficult. Sahin, yeah, the Turkish government is like famous for not being good in many ways. I'm sorry you had to experience that. I hope your passport comes in soon. Thomas, thanks again, Alex. Quieter and safer for you to be inside away from traffic. Still good to see you outside on occasion. Thanks, Thomas. Yeah, I'll definitely go outside more often. This was just something I wanted to do to make up for today's news that wasn't very good, but not very bad either, which was good. Yeah, so we'll do this more often, but with better lighting. Um, Pull up says, have you been to Naihan, Rawai, and Phuket town already? I can recommend that if you prefer a local, genuine feel, as it's less touristic over there. So pull up, yes, I haven't been to Naihan. I've been to Rawai, Phuket town. Yes, those two places are lovely. Um, this weekend I might go to Ayatua. I don't know what it's called, but it's like a temple. I might go with a friend to this like temple town. If you guys know what it is, I can't remember. Ayatua. It's supposed to be a really cool like place with temples and just a little different than Bangkok. So I'm excited to make a video about that. Um, Joe Kim says, when do you think Thailand is an easy country to travel to? I don't know. To be honest, probably not within the next 2 months. I would wait at least 3 months, and we'll see if the test and go comes back, or they have a new system of making people come in here. But probably not within the next 2 months. I would say wait a bit. Yeah. Do you think, bro, the third wave is coming soon in Thailand? Ravi, the third wave is here. Thailand has more COVID cases now than it ever had. So the third wave is already here. It's not whether if it's going to happen, it's already happening. Um, James, what island do you like to visit in Thailand? My favorite island, huh? I did like Phi Island. I know it's popular, but it's for a reason. I like Koh Phi, but many people like Koh Samui, Koh Phangan. I haven't been to many of them. When I came, this trip I didn't do any island stuff because I've done it before, and I just did different kinds of things. I was focusing on different things. But yeah, there are so many islands. You can't really go wrong with any of them. So my personal was Koh Phi Phi and maybe Koh Phangan. Atta says, my feeling is that government will put cut off date before the end of the month, not 15th because it's too near, but maybe next week. They have fighting about too long without someone loose face. Yeah, you're right. They might. We'll see what they say. They might do like at the 21st of January cutoff date, but I'm just assuming. Don't you think, bro, the third wave is coming soon in Thailand? Yeah, we talked about that. That means we're at square one again. Soon Thai government will stop everything. They might. They're already doing a lot of stuff. If you saw this video from the beginning, they're shutting down many places. So many places are being shut down as far as visiting them goes. You can't visit gyms, restaurants, bars, gyms, bars, clubs. My swimming pool, my condo's closed. Schools are being taught online now. People are being asked to work from home, as well as inner province travel is being discouraged. So yeah. Okay, so Ziggy says you mean Ayatua? Yes, Ayutthaya, that place, another good place to go. Ampawa. Okay, thank you. I'll consider that. So, can domestic travelers go to Phuket as and when they please? And have to say 7 days. If you're already in the country and you've gone through your either Test and Go, AQ, or Sandbox program, then yes, you can visit any place as you wish. There's no restrictions. They're just recommended you don't travel unless you have to, but I don't think it applies to tourists. It's more of a recommendation rather than enforced in any way. Um, Steve says, I'll be living there full time, so accommodation will be important to me. Yes. I have budgeted 500 a month for rent. I have found condos with views and almost near for the price. Could not find that in Vietnam. Really? Huh. Maybe things have changed now because in Vietnam, depending on the city, like I know Da Nang is one of the cheaper places. You can get a nice, beautiful place for only 300 like dollars, right by the water too. 500 bucks here will take you far as well. I think Bangkok is especially Bangkok. I don't know about other places in Thailand. Even Phuket's expensive. Yeah, I think I don't know. Maybe something miscommunication between what I'm thinking. I don't know what it is. I just thought Vietnam was cheaper. But I could be wrong. You're looking to retire long term. You might be looking at like different types of homes than I was. So yeah, that all depends really. James, what restaurants do you enjoy in Pattaya? I don't know. I didn't go to Pattaya this time. Last time I was there, I was by that beach, the Jomtum whatever beach. I can't remember what I ate, but I just ate whatever food. There was a lot of seafood I remember, but I can't think of a specific restaurant. Sorry, but I'm sure there's a lot of people. Yeah, Jortium Beach. A lot of people like Steve. I'm sure will probably know some delicious restaurants. Yeah, so Jason, certificate of recovery is accepted here. I don't know much details about it, but if you go on the Thai Pass application website, it'll tell you exactly what they consider a certificate of recovery, and they do accept it. So click on that website and read it for yourself. Um, Ravi says, is there any news about Kolan as sandbox model, as the government is hesitant to put Pattaya as sandbox model? No word on that. I don't know anything about that specific island. If it's not on the list, then there's no news about it that I can share. Yeah. So that's, guys, questions are running dry. So do me a favor. If you guys haven't already subscribed to the channel, that would mean a lot to me. Subscribe to the channel, ask questions, interact. This is all like, it's fun. I don't mind doing this, especially if I'm not doing anything else. Tonight, I wanted to just do this, and it was exciting. It was my first time trying a live stream from inside of a room. I'm going to get better with the setup, and hopefully, yeah, this is good stuff. Thanks. We have ticket for the 10th of February, but we are not think it's worth the trouble. What do you think? Joakim, honestly, if you watch this whole video, we've been talking about all the negative things. It really depends on you as a person. You know exactly what's needed to come here. You know what some of the risks might be. So you really you're the only person that knows if it's worth it. Do you want to take a risk, for example? Do you want to like maybe one of you guys test positive? Do you want to go through that headache of quarantine? Do you only have 2 weeks of vacation? Do you want to risk it? or do you not care as much because you're young and healthy and you've been vaccinated and you're okay? Maybe you had the COVID already. I don't know. It really comes down to you. So yeah, I'd say you can always just scroll back and like watch the beginning if you want. But yeah, it was this was fun. I like talking to you guys because I actually feel like I'm helping in a way, so that's good. Steve says just bought a new DJI camera for my YouTube channel, Texan in Thailand. Yeah, Steve, man, definitely let me know when you're up and maybe we can like link up and make a video together. Doesn't matter. I'm game for whatever. Walk ATM. What do you do if fellow Farang gets beaten by five ladyboys? Wait for tourist police or break up and risk personal injury? Well, that depends. Are you what kind of person are you? Do you like to throw elbows? Do you like to get in trouble? Do you like to start fights? Do you want to break up the fight? It really comes down to, for me, I broke up a fight yesterday. No, 2 days ago actually. Uh, some drunk guy was yelling at some woman, and her husband's like, "What are you doing, yelling at my wife?" And I literally stepped in the middle. Like I like to speak English, and they were kind of like half speaking English. So I broke up a fight. They weren't lady boys, but I think I might react the same with a bunch of lady boys kicking somebody's ass. I don't know. I don't like seeing a grown person get beat up. I don't even like watching UFC. It's kind of weird to me. So I think I'll step in there, but it's a good question. Yeah. Would you guys break up a ladyboy fight? I don't know. Um, would you hit them too? I don't know. This question is becoming too confusing. If you visit Cambodia, don't go for it. Try Korang, Hill Beach Resort, and Sang Sa, Private Island. They're also great. Well, thank you. I'll definitely look into those. This will be in the chat, hopefully. I can look at this stuff. Vietnam don't do retirement visa, so what visa are you going to get to retire there? Oh, Asan Man says, what visa? I think he's not retiring there. He's just thinking about it. Pull up says, keep low profile in Thailand. Yeah, don't be out here flashing, money or acting a fool and being loud. Just be respectful and you'll be fine. James, I'm not from the U.S., man. I'm from Toronto, Canada. So pretty close. Where's the location and the name of the building where your condo is? It looks like I might go for rent 1 or 2, 3 months. By the way, thank you so much for the information you're providing. Salawan, you're welcome. So my condo location right now is near a BTS station. If you don't know what BTS is, it's a train system, public transportation. Really, really convenient, efficient, fast train system. Skips all the traffic and reliable here in Bangkok. It's near BTS. Udamsak, and this place is called Elio Del Roy, and it's really nice. It's really cool. If you saw the video from yesterday, you can see it. I'm mumbling now because I'm getting tired, and my mouth is drying up. Elio Del Rey. Yeah, it's cheap. Cheap, $12, and you can get it cheaper even if cost is an issue for you. But I feel very comfortable here. It's got everything I need. Yes, pull up on Bangkok right now. It's about 10 or 12 kilometers away from like the main areas, but I'm not here as a tourist. I don't need to be in the heart of everything. I simply take a BTS 5 or 6 rides. I'm in the middle of everything. I don't need to spend like 3 times the amount of rent to have the same kind of amenities and stuff. Yeah, that's that. So, guys, any more questions? Whoa. So, Pull Up lived in Bangkok for 7 years. Enjoy it. Thank you. I will. This place is great in many ways, especially if you have, for anyone, singles, family. This place is great if you live like a local and you find your way around here just to go shopping, or there's a lot of things you can enjoy in Bangkok. I love it. It's got everything you ever need. And it's a big city, right? So and people are still friendly, regardless of what's happening with COVID, the government's restrictions. Everyone's super friendly. I talk to many random people just to say hello, and the response is always like, all I need just to interact with someone. It's really, really, really chill. I like it. So, guys, I think we're gonna end this video soon. Um, Maybe another 6 minutes. I want to thank every one of you guys for joining this stream. I liked it as much as hopefully you guys did. Sorry about the lighting here. We're gonna stop the flickering at some point, or I might do these during the day to give like the other crew, the day crew, the night crew, I don't know, someone else, a different time zone, a chance to interact. And hopefully I don't have to worry about the lighting so much until I move. Thanks again for your videos and good night. Thank you, Pull Up. I appreciate the donations. Big respect. That means a lot to me and makes me really feel like what I'm doing is helpful to people, that you find value in this, and I appreciate it. Guys, feel free to watch my regular content too, like my Sunday videos about me traveling around, because that's my main, will eventually be my main focus, because these Thai videos or Thai pass videos are going to end, but I still want to communicate with you guys. I still want to reach out to you guys, show you wherever I'm traveling. So if you want to show support for me, please watch the regular content stuff that is released once every Sunday. So last yesterday was a $10 challenge. The one before that was how I stayed for 2 weeks free at a resort in Phuket. So show your support for those ones as well. Feel free to ask me any questions before I go. I still got about 5 minutes. I'm going to dedicate to the stream. If you have any comments, concerns, anything at all, like Pull Up gave me some great suggestions about the lighting. I thought it was just my eyes, but I guess it is the lighting. I'm gonna fix that next time, hopefully. And yeah, guys, mention anything you want. I'm gonna drink this water and see if someone else actually writes something. Ah, cool. A riverboat taxi, Pull Up. Yes, a normal one, not a tourist one. Sure, I'll definitely do that. Steve says, "Hey, we will stay in touch no matter where you go." Thank you, Steve. I appreciate the support. Yeah, because these Thailand Pass videos are great and helpful, but like at some point, I think the content's gonna run out, and also you guys don't want to hear too much about how to come to Thailand once you came and left, right? So we'll do some regular things. Oh, it's a cool experience. The taxi. I'll definitely. I want to do the boat market too. I want to try to get some uh, stuff from there. All right. So 2 or 3 more minutes. Throw your questions at me. Throw your comments at me. Throw stuff at me. Richard says, you mentioned a little while ago, but 63 countries. I don't think that applies anymore. Keep up the great content. Why do you think that applies anymore? I think they changed it, but Richard, I'm curious. Why do you think the visa exempt people of the 63 countries don't apply anymore? Yeah, Lumpini Park is a great place. I've been there. Nope. Okay. Maybe still typing. My eyes are so tired. Should I eat something? I eat late. um, Saul one says, Alex, I've been living in Bangkok since 2016, but I had to leave on August last year because the situation was so bad. Yeah, it's terrible, right? Where are you from, Saul one? Where did you go to? And Ziggy says, thanks for the info, Alex. I might do good. Made I can't even read. Ziggy says, thanks for the info, Alex. It might be good if made some sort of background for us. Okay, yeah, I will. Maybe I'll do that for sure. Hans Eric is from Norway. Have you tried Bolt? I try Bolt every day. Yeah, I take Bolt everywhere, but sometimes the traffic is just not worth it. Honestly, I'd rather just take the subway, skip all the traffic. Um, yes, Emporium and uh, M Quartier. It's nice. I was there 3 days ago for coffee. It was really beautiful. Kind of out of my like budget, bougie place with Prada and all the other stuff. I'm never affording that stuff. Even if I could afford it, I don't think I'll wear it. Ate says, "You like PP? I was there working a long time ago, but quit because did not have the big fishes anymore." It's oh, you're dive mastering. Cool. Been back once, but cried what I saw built in village. Oh, okay, I understand. So Ate was a dive master a long time ago in Pipi, and he really enjoyed it. But he left when he saw no more big fishes, and he was really emotional when he saw the village. I understand. Yeah, things change over time, right? And you have these memories, you have connections with places, and they don't make you feel the same after some time. And that happens, unfortunately, right? Time changes, places change, even people change, right? So once you love something, it may never be the same years later. So sometimes we hold on to those feelings, but we got to let go and move on. Concrete everywhere. Yeah. Now that's sad. It happens, right? Because of people like myself, tourists that go to places and they have to build hotels and restaurants and accommodate all these people that are coming into a small village. And that's why we talked about Cambodia being very pure right now still. Steve says, how do you finance yourself with all this travel? Well, Steve, I don't finance anything. Right now, I'm living on a very small budget, and like I said earlier, I live in a place that's $12 a night. I have some savings. I made some investments when I quit my job, and right now, that's all I'm doing. Really, I'm not living a very expensive life, but hopefully in the future, I can do some things that can generate some revenue. But for now, I'm just kind of enjoying every day as I go. But there's nothing specific that I do. Like I don't work for anyone or anything. So yeah, it's getting awfully quiet here, guys. I think it's time to say goodbye. So once again, thank you guys for joining this feed. Um, my residence was Height 11 at Sukhumvit Soy 11 near Nana BTS. Ah, I see, Salwan. That's why you stayed here for so long. Pull-up says, how old are you? I'm 35. I just turned 35. I feel like an old man. Yeah, 35. Steve said, "Let's build this channel." Thank you, Steve. I appreciate that. Let's do it. Why not? Let's build this channel. Let's make it big. Um, I don't know if I mentioned to you guys, but I've always wanted to yeah, we'll do this. We'll get some more personal information out of the way next time. I'll tell you guys what my goals are if I ever make money from this channel. Anyhow, so thank you, Steve, Pull Up, Salwan, everybody, Ate, for communicating. And thank you so much, Pull Up, for donating to the channel. I appreciate it. Those super stickers, super chats are definitely going to go towards coffee tomorrow. Hans, Ziggy, everybody, Richard, everybody, thank you for commenting, asking questions. James, Isan, all you guys, I appreciate it. I hope you guys find some value in these videos. I'll see you guys tomorrow, I'm sure, when I make another video about what's going on in Thailand and Thai Pass and any rules that are changing. That's it. So goodbye. It's kind of sad leaving. Why do I feel like I'm like, anyways, I'll see. I'm so emotional. Anyways, I'm going to listen to music before I go to bed. Still 1 year ahead than behind you. And remember, you will never be younger than today. That's very sweet. Very, very true, Pull Up. You'll never be younger than you are today. I'm going to get that tattoo somewhere, right here. I should get some tattoos. I don't know. Anyways, thank you guys so much for being here. I'll see you guys tomorrow with another Type Ass video. And maybe I'll do this when I have a little bit more energy next time. But this was mainly for the setup to see if this works. So I'll see you guys next time. Bye. Oh, I'm still here.